I'm your host, Eli Beckman, also known as Glassy. Everyone can call me Glassy for the course of the interview here. We're here with the SmartMoose team. We're ready to get nerdy. We're gonna open up the hood in a way and look underneath and see what kind of advancements this incredible team has put together in the way of minting and creating NFTs, and as part of their launch toward their marketplace and SmartMoose.com. We're going to be interviewing here with John. We also have David, Jeff, and Nick from the team. I'll let them do some quick introductions. I couldn't be more excited to be working alongside this group. They tapped me in to help organize some of the Impact Club side, and we'll have a little chance to do that. I'm sure we'll do some future sessions on that in particular. But it's really a great pleasure and an honor to work alongside an established team like this that has a beautiful track record in a lot of different industries. So we're going to try to keep this down to about a half an hour. So we'll just keep it moving right in. And John, I would love for you to introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit about what you've been doing for the last, through the course of your career, through the last few decades and into Hollywood and this beautiful track record.
The last 44 years, yes.
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
Well, thank you. Good morning. Yeah, my name is John Nolan. My background is entertainment. Many decades ago, I was asked to put a definition to what I do, and I used the term visual storyteller. And I like to own a little bit of that. So that was about 40 years ago. And so my whole career has been to help to take working with the director, the production designers, the artists, things like that, and to create those moments, those little moments that become the special little visual stories, visual moments with a film or a television project. We've also done a lot of amusement design. I've done a lot of work with amusement attractions around the world. And so my background has been that. And a lot of it got involved in 3D. I've worked on some of the largest actual hologram projects ever done. My wife and I built the first functional nodal point suits for the original Tron, going back that far in performance capture and motion capture. We built the first functional real-time motion capture system, not in the early century, this century, but actually back in the 1990s. And had it up and functional in Santa Monica. So when it came to taking the next step to be able to create 3D objects that are photorealistic, they're not done by creating a 3D pattern and then skinning it with, for all intents and purposes, a mesh type of texturing and covering. We've been working with a company in Canada to develop what we call isomorphic technology. And isomorphic technology is pixel by pixel 3D. And it is actually derived from 2D photographic technology. And it is the best 3D that I know I've ever been involved in. And it's pretty amazing stuff. So the idea was during COVID, how can I take this weird technology, this unique technology, and do something new with it? And NFTs were getting traction, so we started playing around with taking collectibles. And I started off a little war metal and made something that was like, the top scanning people in the world looked at it and went, "How did you guys do this? This is just amazing." So that's where isomorphic projection got in, and then we started taking some of the kind of military level security and applying that to it. And that was the genesis that SmartMoose was founded on.
Love to hear it. Thanks for that intro. And you also brought us right into a little background, not just on yourself, but where some of those expertise and some of that just knowledge base has come to bear in this beautiful Web3 world. So we'll get a little bit more into that, but let's just stick with introductions. So Jeff, maybe you'd like to go next and just give us a little background on just what you've been doing on, like what you built your career on, and maybe some of your interests and how that got brought into the Web3 space. If you could fit that in a minute or two.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Pierce, and when asked what I do, I generally respond that I'm an entertainment technologist. So I built my career on the bleeding edge of entertainment technology, starting in the late 70s and onward, mostly on the post-production side of the entertainment and motion picture and television business. Coming in from an analog to digital perspective in the early days of digital video and digital film, and then right up through the development of a lot of the visual effects technologies that we use to make motion pictures and television. And so bringing that development perspective into Web3, really try to bring a new tool set to develop tools that can be made available to everybody to take us where sometimes we can't get on our own. We expand the tool set for a broadening community to use, and from there we get to see advancements across multiple industries. So yeah, that's kind of how I approach the work that I do, and I'm super excited to be working with the SmartMoose crew and to develop a Web3 presence that provides base level utility in the technology stack. So that it's a safer, richer experience for everybody in the Web3 community.
Sounds great. We'll definitely peel that back a little further in terms of exactly what you mean by that technology stack, and we'll get a little bit more into the details on that in just a minute. But David, would love to hear a little bit of your background and just give us a little bit about, I don't know, what you've built your whole career on, and more or less what was your intro into Web3? And,
yeah, I mean,
and certainly into your connecting with this wonderful team here.
Yeah, actually, I want to go way back. I mean, I've started as a professional artist and a musician, coming out of college. That was kind of my early training. I've always been obsessed with, music and fine art and, all the cool stuff. Nerdy when you're a kid, but cool when you're an adult. And it seems to, evolve like that. But yeah, and then I guess the late 90s, I just made kind of a hard fork into web development. I just witnessed the dawn of the web very closely. All aspects of the internet, just had a deep passion of learning basically how everything worked online, every part of it, marketing, tech, IT, just everything. So yeah, got into large scale web development pretty early on, and got into some media production. I've produced, hundreds of podcasts, did some TV production, and then actually got recruited, started working in the Department of Defense environment. And, we were fighting the human trafficking industry. So that was pretty intense. Doesn't sound relative, but in my time in the dark web, that's why I first started seeing cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin and everything. And it just started me down this really deep rabbit hole that everyone talks about and goes through at some point. And yeah, I ended up leaving that scene and became one of the co-founders of MusicCoin. So that was a very, very important application. So there was a few projects that were toying with becoming a streaming platform on the blockchain, and we became the first. We launched that, built that on Ethereum, and that was, alpha started in 2016, and had a big buzz. But we introduced a really important protocol, which is pay per play. So today you see that used all over the place. There's dozens and dozens of music apps, and obviously the play to earn is kind of a spawn of that. And yeah, so that just basically, that's what my career has been, full-time since, building applications, advising dozens of other startups and projects all over the world. And then also I digital asset manager, private hedge fund. So do a lot of work with that stuff. But yeah, it's just been great because we have such a great team. We all kind of came together through, interesting stories and this is just the tech team, by the way. We have other partners and we have a lot of other people working on this project. And yeah, it's great. It's just this all-star team. It's like we have the team, the talent, the skills to be a top 5 NFT company in the world. Like we all truly believe that, especially the important technology that we're introducing that you guys will all be seeing soon. And we'll talk a lot about that today. But we do have one more guy here, and it's I have to just say a quick word about Nick. In all of my travels, not just in the blockchain world, but before that, whenever I was going deep in the weeds in terms of IT and, you know, network administration, I always kind of leaned on him, and we worked on, I don't know, 15, 20 projects over the past 20 years. And yeah, pulled him into the blockchain world and he's just flourished. You know, he's worked on multiple projects as well. And he's just a key member of our team. So yeah, there you go, Nick.
Love it. Yeah, I want to hear a little bit from Nick, but I also want to point out a commonality that I'm hearing a lot, which is interesting because everyone is certainly coming from a different kind of a different work experience, a different type of career. But then there's this consistent overlap that I'm hearing in the realm of entertainment, in the realm of production, whether it be TV or film, that one way or another, it's this overlap where it's not just the technology, but it's technology for some cultural purpose, some creative purpose. It sounds like that's one of the strong commonalities among the team as a whole.
For sure. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, Nick, let's hear it. We want to hear it straight from the Nick's mouth. What have you been up to? What have you been up to, and how has Web3 been for you so far?
Well, Web3 has been very, very good to me. To quote a movie, staying here. Well, I started out, as David said, I've been an IT executive for approximately 20 plus years. I cut my teeth on companies like Coca-Cola, Amoco Oil before they became British Petroleum, Fannie Mae. My superpower has always been able to go ahead and take the impossible and make it possible. And another thing that makes me very desirable is the fact that I can take all the tech that John and Jeff build and I can put it into human words so people like, you know, an average day person can understand that. And also, you know, you said we all come from entertainment and stuff like that. I mean, just look at me, you know, people laugh just looking at this face here. So, you know, that's entertaining enough. But when David brought me into this scene approximately 8 to 10 years ago, people knew me through him and stuff like that. But I got my real big break with a company called The Uplift, who happens to be one of the first metaverses on the Wax blockchain, built off of Minecraft. And I was a server design person. I'm more of a hardware guy than a software guy. But I design, you know, servers and stuff like that. But I've also helped build their community out. I've also helped bring the community together and stuff like that, because that's just been who I've been my entire life. I'm the guy that sits there, you know, I'll make everybody laugh while the universe is burning and stuff like that, because that's just been me my entire life. But yeah, I mean, these guys are a bunch of great people to work with. They're inspiring. And the fact that they put up with me, I mean, that just means they can accomplish anything.
Love it. It sounds like the dynamic energy of the team, I just want to point out, is certainly about half represented. There's some incredible women leaders, business leaders. They have just a absolutely dynamic team. So here we have like the tech side of it, and that's really the main theme of this interview here.